All right, everybody, this is August 2019 Regents. We're going to do numbers 8 through 16. All right, these are the questions, so let's get it. All right, number 8. It says the mass extinction of the dinosaurs approximately 65.5 million years ago is inferred by most scientists to have been caused by. So this is not a reference table question. This is a memorization question. And so therefore, you just have to know that, right, scientists believe that the mass extinction occurred by an impact, right, from an asteroid that impacted the Earth that caused the dinosaurs to be extinct. So that's something you just have to keep in mind. An impact from an asteroid is what scientists believe that caused for the dinosaurs to extinct. All right. Number 9. Number 9 is not a reference table question. It is a memorization question. The diagram below represents Earth as viewed from space. Letter A represents the angle of the tilt of Earth's rotational axis. Line XY is perpendicular to the plane of Earth's orbit. What is the value of the angle represented by letter A? So this is a memorization question. All right. How much is the Earth's axis tilted? All right. It is the same number for the Tropic of Cancer, the latitude of the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn. It is choice 2, 23.5 degrees. If you're someone that needs help just remembering, all right, if you look on page 4, let me see, yeah. If you look on page 4 of the reference tables, all right, the number for the Tropic of Cancer and the number of the Tropic of Capricorn gives you the same angle as the Earth's tilt. So that's just something to keep in mind to remember if you ever forget it. All right, let's take a look at number 10. Number 10, it says, in the spring, when snow covered on the land melts, the water will most likely infiltrate Earth's surface, where that the land surface is what? So if we have, this is land, right? If we have land and, you know, the snow that we have, if it melts, right? The snow that we have, if it melts and we want the water to infiltrate, meaning that we want the water to penetrate the ground, what is the best situation for the water to penetrate the ground? So for one, we need something with a gentle slope. All right? Because if the land has a steep slope, this is an example of a steep slope, then therefore the water is going to have more runoff, right? It's not going to penetrate as much and flow downhill. We want for the water to be inside of the Earth. And we have a better chance of doing that if the ground is no longer frozen, right? Because if the ground is frozen, it's going to be very hard for ice to infiltrate the ground, for water to infiltrate the ground. So that's why the best answer is choice 4. Choice 4 is the answer for number 10, right? You want more infiltration. The ground doesn't need to be frozen, and a gentle slope just means that the land is much more leveled. All right, let's take a look at number 11. Number 11 says water is returned from Earth's surface to the atmosphere by blank. So we're talking about, right, how does water return, right? If this is my sky, right, the atmosphere, how does water get back? How does water get back to the atmosphere? How does water get back to the sky? And the correct answer, evaporation, is definitely one, right? Right, we want water vapor for moisture to get into the air. And we need transpiration. If you forget what transpiration is, it's the process by which plant life release water vapor into the atmosphere. So the difference between evaporation and transpiration, they're both the process of taking in moisture, water vapor into the atmosphere, but transpiration is done through vegetation, plant life. So the correct answer is choice 3. All right, let's take a look at number 12. Number 12, number 12, number 12. Let's take a look. So it says, which type of sediment sample normally has the greatest permeability rate? Which type of sediment sample normally has the greatest permeability rate? Remember the word permeable. This is kind of a reference table question, but it's also mostly generally a memorization. Permeability means how easy it allows for water to pass through. How easy it allows for water to pass through. So which sediment sample is going to allow for water to pass through the easiest? So the rule is, if we want the greatest permeability, we need large particles that are organized or sorted. All right. So which option is going to give me the largest particles that are sorted? So we know it can't be 1 and 2 because they're unsorted. Now, I just need to pick the largest particles between them. So which is bigger, sand or pebbles? Well, the correct answer is pebbles, sorted pebbles. If you ever get confused and you want to know, where can I find the size of particles, we take a look at page 6 of the reference tables. If you take a look, page 6 of the reference tables, you see how pebbles, that gives you the diameter for pebbles, right? And pebbles is clearly bigger than sand. All right, so that's why that correct answer is choice 3. All right, let's take a look at number 13. Number 13 says the presence at which atmospheric conditions will most likely result in clear skies in Binghamton, New York. If we want clear skies, we do not want any moisture in the air. All right, no moisture in the air, as best as we can. No moisture in the air. All right. No moisture in the air is what we want for clear skies. So high humidity, it can't be that, right? Because humidity talks about the moisture in the air. It can't be 4, the dew point equal to air temperature, because when the dew point is equal to the air temperature, what happens? Condensation happens. And when condensation happens, it ends up having clouds. And clouds are just made up of tiny droplets of water. So if the dew point is equal to air temperature, there's a lot of moisture in the air. So it can't be that. Increasing wind speed, that does not allow you to have less moisture in the air. So the correct answer is choice 2. High pressure systems going to give you clear skies because high pressure systems have little to no moisture in the air. Low pressure systems is the opposite. In a low pressure system, there's a lot of moisture in the air. All right, high pressure systems is going to give you clear skies. All right, number 14. What changes in air temperature and atmospheric pressure will normally be recorded by a weather balloon when it is released at Earth's surface and rises through the troposphere? All right. There is a page on the reference tables that focuses on finding what happens to pressure and temperature during the troposphere. What page, everybody? Page 14. All right, page 14. So we need to know what happens if you start from Earth's surface, so sea level, what happens to the temperature and the air pressure as you go from sea level. All right, so therefore, if I'm starting from sea level, which is right here, look what happens to your temperature as you go only through the troposphere. So we're talking about through the troposphere. So therefore, the temperature does decrease. If you see, if you started from here, right? If you started from here, that's so if you started from here, right, sea level, look what happens to your temperature. You started at 55 and you decrease to negative 55. So we know temperature decreases. And then it starts here, right? Sea level still starts at 0. And what happens to pressure as you go up? It starts at 1, and by the time you get to the end of the troposphere right here, the value is less than 1. So pressure also decreases. All right. So therefore, the correct answer is going to be choice 1. Temperature decreases and air pressure decreases. All right. Let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, which gas is most effective in absorbing incoming harmful ultraviolet radiation in Earth's stratosphere before that radiation reaches Earth's surface? Which gas is most effective in absorbing? All right, so absorbing. What is it absorbing? Incoming harmful ultraviolet radiation, right? So we know what is protecting us from the UV rays, ultraviolet radiation, and we know it's the ozone layer, right? And what is the ozone layer? It's just the layer that is full of ozone gas. It's just a layer that is full of ozone gas. So the correct answer is choice 4, right? If the question was talking about absorbing infrared radiation, which is heat, then we could talk about greenhouse gases, right? Which is water vapor, the main 3, water vapor, methane, and carbon dioxide. But because it's talking about ultraviolet radiation, it protects us. The ozone layer is what ends up protecting us, right? And the ozone layer is just a layer full of ozone gas. And number 16, the major shift of monsoon rains in India and Southeast Asia is seasonal. All right. So monsoon, if you ever look up monsoon rains in India, in Southeast Asia, it has to do with air coming in and out of lands, right? So when you have heavy rainy seasons, you're having, let's say this is India, right? And this is the ocean, right? And so when you're having a long rainy season, you're having air from water that's going towards India, right? So it's bringing in wet weather for long rainy seasons. However, long dry seasons, right, we have the opposite. We have air that's leaving land towards the water for dry seasons, for long dry seasons. So we know that air is shifting around. And what describes what air that's being shifted around is choice 1, shift in the prevailing wind belts. If you just take a look also at page 14, page 14 gives you an idea of pretty much how air is being shifted throughout the entire globe. The movement of how air is shifted gives you an idea as to what type of climate, air pressure, and weather that you will have in the area. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, that is the end of the video. You can see in the next videos be uploaded. Follow. Have a blessed day.